Hello, Dylans. Hello. We are live coming at you from the only hot tub on the Vault Hunter server. I hope everybody are doing fantastic. With me today I have Hellfire and Dausken. I should probably unmute and say hello. Hello, boys.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening, chat.
Good evening. We got to do the ordinary sound check test just so that we don't have any issues. Dowski, how are you? Tell me about your day.
Doing good actually. Got a lot of work done. Excited for the Godcast the entire day.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm very happy to be here.
Been prepping, and you're holding an Escalium green broom. I just saw that now.
Yep.
Oh, what is that? Oh no. Oh no. Pete, he beat you to it. The janitor has the spark.
Of course I do.
And how
He's just better.
He's just better. How are you, Hell?
Player diff, sorry.
I'm fine.
Cool. We'll see if we get joined by a couple of players. We've told people that they can come and go kind of today. We have a few points obviously that we want to go through, that we are excited to share with you today. As you all know, we work a lot on Vault Hunters, don't we? Like it's a big boy
lot.
project.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It really follows you around every day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wake up some mornings and I'm like, I should really do some invoicing or whatever. And I'm like, wonder what Hell is up to. Wonder what Dowsker is doing. It's really hard to stay away from. And I think the good news is that we've only just begun, chat. We are getting to a point where we're starting to feel like things are pretty balanced. There is a lot of content in Vault Hunters, I think, that everyone kind of agrees to. And we're having a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah. It's some very exciting times. And we are getting a lot more flexibility in terms of the decisions and things we can implement and things. So yeah, exciting.
That's a big thing, actually. Like, you talk about, we want this new function or whatever, but something that we have worked hard on, or I mean, credit to Hellfire on this specifically. Something that Hellfire has been working really hard with is flexibility when implementing stuff so that it's future-proof and can be expanded on, etc., etc. And I think that's quite exciting. Do you want to give an example on something? I know something if you don't have one.
Overall, over the length of the series, things that has gotten better and better in our control is everything around how the vault generates and what we can do there.
Yep.
That started out with something really static, where we couldn't actually do a whole lot regarding how the vault looks like and what it, like, of course we can influence it to a degree, but now we have just much better control where we can say, oh, it will definitely have a mine room, it will definitely have this and that size or shape. We can do different things, like the ancient vault where we completely omit tunnels and treasure rooms.
Let's talk for a second about the ancient vault creation, because it's a quite funny story. The ancient vaults as we know them now were created in like one afternoon.
It was an evening.
An evening.
A long evening.
So, as many people watching this will remember, the ancients were kind of delayed. And it was because it was basically my fault, because I didn't really know what I wanted. We actually made another room that we were another 4 rooms, another 1 room with 4 pallets.
Yeah, there was an entire room series.
There was a room series, yeah.
Bunch of things that were like built and halfway finished.
Yeah, it was halfway finished in all different directions, and then like we just sat down and said, "What are we going to do? Like, people are expecting it now. We need to get it out there." And I just said, can't we just do a normal vault, change the objective? And Hellfire said, I suppose. What if I remove the tunnels? And I was like, that's pretty cool. And then there we go. That was the ancient vault. So things that are modular like that are all the objectives as well in the vault, as you know. The obelisks can change out for, an ancient
Scavenger chests and so on.
Yeah. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty cool.
Definitely things that have improved a lot over the series.
Yes.
I wouldn't want to go back to entering a vault and then waiting for half a minute until you actually get put inside the vault.
I'd even forgot about that. Do we remember that, chat? Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that the vault generation was like 60 seconds?
We had to warn everyone, like, hey, you probably can't play for like a minute now.
I'm going into a vault. Oh, you in a vault? Better mind yourself in.
Yep.
Oh, that was really fun. Like 10 seconds as guys are going in 10. Yeah, I remember that one. And then you forgot to go in, and the other guy's just sitting there waiting for you. It's like built himself in the vault. Oh man, that was seem from my side back then. It was seen as an impossible thing to fix. So it's always interesting with development how you get to a point where we can actually improve this even further, which is pretty cool. We got a few things today that we're gonna talk about. We got, I want to say, 2 major announcements, but within those announcements are lots of PAG moments. But before we go into that, I kind of wanted to just sneak preview and sneak talk a little bit about the next patch, because we got a pretty exciting patch coming up on Sunday.
Lots of things are happening in that patch.
It's the balance patch, and I want to say it before.
Hide your gear, chat.
I want to say it beforehand that one of the things that we have done in terms of balancing is not going to be popular, but it's very, very important. It's a very important change. RIP Shaman, people says.
Who knows? What does chat think? What is gonna see the nerf hammer? What is getting deleted?
One thing is getting mega nerfed. Let's see some guesses in chat. Everything.
We saw Shaman.
Yes.
Shaman is a Shaman.
Shaman is one guess.
Etchings are gonna be deleted.
Thorns.
Botania is being removed.
Pete
is being removed.
Pete is being nerfed. Yeah. Commander nerf.
The pixel room is getting removed again. Yep.
This is a good way to see what people think is too powerful at the moment. I see a lot of atomic disassembler.
I mean, the pixel art room is
the pixel art room
is up there.
Yeah, it's getting a nerf, but it's I wouldn't say I think that people understand because honestly the only nerf we're doing with the pixel room is the seal removal. We are not removing anything else. You'll still get vault gear, you'll get vault currency, you can get platinum, all of these.
That is one thing.
Super things.
So the seals will disappear out of the pixel art room.
Yeah.
So that was a good guess there.
That's a good guess. It wasn't the nerf that people are going to be angry about, but we can get to that in a moment. Should we? I worked in business for a long time, and I learned about the hamburger method. You got to build. You got to build news.
We're gonna get a patty first.
Yeah, no. Patty is the bad news. So you go bun, patty, bun. So and the buns are the good news.
Let me quickly supply you with a patty.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
With a bun. I'm sorry.
Appreciate that. Yeah, with a bun. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
That was very quick. I know one thing that has been very requested. Now, no. I'm gonna say a positive, and then no.
Then I get to say the negative.
You say a positive. You pick a positive, and I will say the negative.
Wait, I get to pick a positive?
You get to pick a positive.
We're positives this patch?
We call it the balance patch. But there are.
I mean, I'm gonna pick something that's actually positive.
Yeah, go.
We are getting more contest rooms.
Woohoo!
We said that we are gonna bring more, and there were already more in the pipeline that were just not really finished and not really they weren't really exciting enough. So we are always trying to place a few things here and there that is worth going for. And that wasn't just there yet, so we held back on those. And they're gonna hit the vault pretty soon.
We're trying to get every room to have a purpose, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, not every room can have a purpose, but the purpose can be small. The purpose can be tiny, such as just like an altar spawn in, But I think it's important that like you start learning as you go through. Like the End World, for example, you learn that okay, this is actually a pretty damn good source for ores, or like the Wild West room, while dangerous and while like scary with all the explosions. There are a lot of gilded chests in there. I think I counted to 10 gilded chests, so it's actually a quite good
It depends on the rooms, and some can just have. Sometimes they have gilded chests, sometimes they don't. So
room.
definitely a little bit of a variety there as well.
Are we getting Dowski's room in this patch? I don't think it's done ready yet.
I don't know. I will have to reconvene with.
Needs a bit more flavor. Needs some girth.
Yeah, I think we went over that. I think yesterday or so.
Dowski's room is great, by the way, but you can see that a janitor lives there because he has a metallic lab in the ceiling and a fantasy world in the middle and clouds in the bottom. It's a little bit of everything.
It's quite
my brain, a lot going on in there. Nothing hanging together, but there's just a lot.
There's just a lot of things.
Are you considering early game stuff when you add these balances? As a new player, I'm struggling. We haven't really gone back in terms of early game because it was all balanced around us at the time. It's actually quite scary to touch early game too much because it was quite balanced. The only things we've done since the majority of this server was in early game is that we've added vault cookies, for example, to give you faster XP. I don't know if it's a general majority consensus that you're struggling early game with Vault Hunters. I'm not sure, but
I think it just starts a little bit slower than you expect.
Yeah, starts a bit slower than you expect. Oh, we got H-Bomb
like
raid, so maybe he will join us. Sorry, go on.
Mr. Bomb, right?
Yeah, Mr. Bomb. Thank you. Welcome, Raiders. We've just started.
Welcome.
We've just started.
So it can definitely feel like a little bit slow. And you don't have your leveled up dash. You don't really have a lot of cooldown reduction. You don't have very strong abilities. Like Rampage needs a bunch of levels until it's really strong.
Mm-hmm.
You do not have a lot of talents. Like Haste is a big thing you're lacking in the beginning.
I think it could also be something like if you join Vault Hunters Sphere now or like 2 weeks ago and you watch our server, we started in, what was it, April or May, so expect somewhere, you'll have to put down some playtime in order to get like the powerful stuff, but I think that's important for progression.
So it can be like, I can see the point being like shortly before level 100 it gets a little bit dicey until you get a really big part of tier 2 gear in.
The balance changes that we have worked on though is not for early game, it's for mid game and end game. So I suppose I'm supposed to bring the Paddy here, the big nerf.
Yep.
Before I do that though, I kind of need to talk about the whole thing, don't I? So one big change in the next patch is vault gear in general. We are changing many of the previously binomial calculated modifiers to be uniformed, as in equally divide. That means
so it's equally as likely to get or relatively equally likely to get a lower roll than it is to get a very high roll.
Yeah. So kind of how chest rarity works right now on tier 3 gear. You can get 1%, but you could also get 39%. This is a positive, absolutely it's a positive. It's going to be I've tried this out this week. I actually made the changes a couple of days ago, and it's really exciting to roll gear. Because right now when you roll a gear piece, you get you don't really think about the value, do you? You think about, okay, did I get resistance? I hit resistance, yes. You don't really care if it's most likely going to be 7 or 8%. Funny meme about this is that I didn't know that damage percent had a range of 1 to 20. I thought it had a range of 8 to 12 because that's all I ever see on the gear I roll. So, yeah, high ranges.
So you're currently very likely to get just the average of as we just have at increased damage, 1 to 10, 1 to 20, you usually get around 10.
Yeah.
So that will change, so you can actually get the lower end of things, so you can see these 3-4% increased damage, but you can also get up to this 19 to 20%, which is pretty cool.
And it's very, very it's like you get a gear piece and you're able to you're gonna get excited to try and roll these high rolls, whereas now you don't really get excited about the value. So it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be frustrating at times, but I think it's gonna be really fun. I want to say hello to H-Bomb. Hello, H-Bomb. Nice that you could join us. Good morning. Good morning.
Hello, H-Bomb.
Yep, totally here.
Yep, totally here.
I think he joined voice and then went to the bathroom.
Ah, okay.
That,
yeah, he's
that
peeing.
seems more like
He's
it,
peeing. He got down a vault. Yeah, so high and low rolls are definitely going to be a thing, and we've seen it with Chester Rarity. Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
hello.
H-Bomb?
No, I had the wrong mic on Discord. My bad.
There you go.
Ah,
Welcome, H-Bomb. Hope you had a good stream. Thank you for the raid.
Thank you. I was spamming good morning. You did not hear that though, so I'm
No.
gonna do it again. Good morning, 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 good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alright, I'm good now.
Morning, morning.
Nice.
Good morning.
Nice. Now people are saying that they can't hear me. What the heck?
no.
Yeah, I disabled your
fine.
microphone and made mine.
You
Usable.
just took
Ah.
over.
Yeah.
So we have a
We
balance
welcome
patch.
our new host, H-Bomb94.
Yeah, I
Wait
brought the Doritos, so it's gonna be an ASMR stream of H-Bomb eating Doritos.
Nice.
Let me start off with.
Do you mean
No,
a
the
bombcast? A bombcast?
No,
Feel free
Bombcast.
feel free to come and join us in the hot tub, H-Bomb.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Oh, I just got TP'd over
Yeah.
here. All right.
Force join.
Yep, yeah,
Force
no choice.
join.
Hacker!
You look great, dude. You look absolutely great.
I got my dream set.
Such a leprechaun.
Ooh.
Oh, did you dream match it?
Yep. So I had to
Nice.
go full green.
Yep. Nice.
Yep, yep.
Well done. We're talking
Green
currently
color.
about the balance patch that is coming out on Sunday. And one of the things we're doing is changing the binomial calculations to be uniformed or equally divided among the different things, which means that damage percentage is actually not going to be 8 to 12%. It's going to be 1% and 20% and 17%, etc.
Let's be real, it's mostly gonna be 1 to 4%.
If you
for
are Jardoon,
Yeah.
Jesus,
Yeah.
and yeah. What do you mean? Why have you done a special thing for me? Come on now, Jardoon. You're more welcome to join Discord. This is okay. He arrives at weird times, the man's. Anyway, no, I think it's gonna be really good. One thing that is really positive with that is the weapon attack damage roll. We are also actually buffing it from 1 to 4 to 1 to 5, so you can roll +5 damage on swords.
Did you know you can
my
roll
God.
+4 currently? You
No, I
could,
thought I was
like-
maxed out at +3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The highest I've rolled is 2.8.
I've
Oh,
rolled a
that's
3.
already very high.
I've actually
Yeah.
rolled a 3.4.
I saw you
my
rolled
God.
+10 parry today.
Oh yeah, you did.
I've never seen double-digit parry.
I
That's a
have
big
plus
boy.
10 or
Yeah.
plus 11. I mean,
Wow.
Oh wow. Okay, that is
Oh, wow,
super.
12.
That's like 1 in a million with the current calculation.
That's pretty rare.
Okay, but into the mega nerf. You ready for this?
no.
We are heavily nerfing, and I saw one person guess this. We are heavily nerfing thorns. But we are not actually nerfing thorns damage. We are not nerfing how it works. You can still get insane thorns hits. But it currently rolls, and I'm sorry to say this, chat, it currently rolls 15 to 40% thorns chance on an Omega and Epic piece. Sorry, on all combined, it can roll 15 to 40% thorns chance. Which means that you need approximately 2 pieces, no talent, and you will be thorning almost every hit. We are changing it from 15 to 40% to... Drumroll, please.
Wait, can I make a guess?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
5 to 10.
Almost. 1 to 5.
Ah, I was slightly off.
1 to 5% per gear piece, and 1 to 10% on idols. With a max rolled idol and gear set, you can therefore hit 70% Thorns chance if you really focus down the set. Now, the reason for this is because Thorns is becoming meta. It's something that you don't get excited about. It's something that you just get on the gear and you're like, okay, well, we'll go with Thorns, you know. And we want to change it into being, you know what? I'm going to invest some time and roll a Thorns gear. And I'm going to do it. Like, I'm going to perfect my Thorns gear. And then you can hit 70%. Because of this, though, and I may be speaking out too early here, but I hope that I'm right. Because of this, we have decided to also add a new etching set specified in Thorns.
So that will provide additional chance and additional damage for your Thorns.
So you can reach 100%, but you would need an etching set, and you will need a very good rolled gear and a Thorns focused idol.
So you can get there. It's gonna be like just a couple more steps.
Wait, can you say the name of what the etching's gonna be?
No.
Oh, come on.
You'll
Chat's making some good guesses. I want to know if it's gonna be Porcupine. I want it to be Porcupine etching.
Oh, Porcupine is also a really good name.
I mean, in dev, I'm going to say it because Tegil actually said it. In dev, it's called Rose. It's called Rose, like that.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
that's
a
kinda
rose
nut.
has thorns.
Yeah, but it's not Porcupine.
I think it's cool, though. We don't know. We don't know.
Porcupine is really good.
Thorns.
Can we get a Porcupine like armor set?
Like, as a Swede, I don't know what porcupine is. I think that's like some slang for...
Porcupine.
No, it's an animal.
Porcupine.
Porcupine's like a little animal with all the thorns sticking out from it.
Okay.
Or
I kind of like it
the
then.
spikes. It's kind of like Sonic, yeah.
I
Yeah,
kind of
kinda.
like it. I kind of like it then. Yeah, it's going to be a Thorns etching set. It's also going to be a fairly common Thorns etching set in the same area as Assassin. So not common, but uncommon. I think is the right place. We are not changing Thorns damage. That's what I thought you said, the Thorns, the Porcupine. I do want to say one thing, though. And this is quite important. The gear that we currently have is going to maintain its old values, and the gear that you guys have is going to maintain its old values.
So there is legacy gear.
There will be legacy gear, yes.
Oh, I rolled at a good time today then. God dang.
Yeah.
So there is, and I'm aware of this, there is a short period of time where you still have until Sunday.
Yeah. So people can absolutely, but we have to build the game for the future. We have to build the game for the future. We can't like
know that if you keep holding on to that high Thorns chance gear, that at some point the drop off will be pretty heavy rather than slowly easing into it.
Yeah. Yeah. At some point you just hit the wall. Boom. No more. I'm gonna switch. If I don't have a Thorn set at the moment, I don't live off of Thorns. I'm expecting Jardoon to empty all his chests before he switches, but at some point he will probably switch as well. Dissolve
This
the
set that I
armor.
rolled today, it's like main focus isn't even Thorns, and it's got 98% chance of Thorns.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of why it's bad.
It just provides a huge amount of extra damage and, in a sense, also a very high defensive layer, because things that just hit you once, and even if you then parry, it's like they're just passively gonna die.
Yeah.
Unalive.
So, thank you. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That is the
Work.
we are past the mega nerf though, and people are actually positive to this. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that there is a positivity in it. What do you mean? I'm not positive. But this is absurd. This is Jardoon. Please, just shh. Everyone else was positive. Everyone else was positive. I thought the nerf was bigger. From 15 to 40% to 1 to 5%. I've been so scared of telling you.
Not big enough for you.
I mean, we can bring it down from 1 to 5 to 1 to 2.
Can we do minus?
You can lose Thorns, yeah.
Yeah, lose those.
God, that's like jump boost.
Oh, harsh.
Oof.
Well, I want
I mean, there's probably something that's good news now.
exactly. So, hell, why don't you take this one as a little bottom patty of the burger?
That's fitting, yeah. I also saw this question on Reddit if there is gonna be a new type or objective of Vault coming again. There kind of is. So from Sunday there is a new type of Vault or a new type of objective. And if you complete that, it also comes with its own vanity armor set. So the same deal like potentially the Cow Vault, where you get a little vanity armor crate, and you can get from this exclusive gear set gear pieces that you can transmog your gear into.
Yes.
So that is something that will come up.
It's very exciting.
We'll be sugarcoating you.
Oh wait, are you not telling us what it is? You're just hinting.
Of course not.
I don't know if
Oh,
Ishmael
wait.
has plans. There's
You said this
I
was
have
good
a
news.
I have a plan
That's just a bait.
for a picture of the reward crate and nothing else.
Aw, doesn't that give it away?
Isn't that's gonna give it away?
That's
I
gonna give it
think.
away. Wait,
Yeah.
what does chat think? I want input on this first.
Oh, you asking if they
They're
may
never
want to
gonna guess
see it
it.
or not?
So no. I want to know if they have an idea
okay.
what we want to do,
Okay.
because it has been like someone on another stream has probably guessed at this, or like has
Oh,
hinted at
look
it
at
that
chat.
they
I
wanted
see
something
some.
like
I
that.
see some good things in chat. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Chat be smart.
parrot.
Parrot.
Well, I leave it up to Skull if he wants to.
With
show
those
that off.
guesses, I feel like we should show the reward crate, as in the
Oh,
boss
alright.
crate.
Yeah.
With those guesses.
Oh,
That's-
I wonder what it could be.
That's
oh,
the that's the
wow.
reward
Oh.
crate. That's the reward crate.
Oh, that could be anything.
Yeah.
I think
yeah.
it's a parrot vault. It's got to be a parrot vault, right?
It is okay. H Pump guessed
Yeah.
it is the parrot.
I
The
got
crate is so good, it's gonna be icing on the cake.
I can't wait for the parrots. I'm so excited. It makes sense because like we're on a boat. We're captains here. So yeah, 100% it's gonna
Right.
be a parrot. It's gotta be. There's no other
Yeah.
possibility.
Right.
It's very
Every
exciting.
room will be the pirate cove.
Another big thing we are changing on Sunday's version is Vault God favors. Hell,
Ooh. Ooh.
this is big boy change.
Yeah.
Big boy change. We are not going to go into details of what exactly we changed. I think that's better left for the patch notes. But we made some realizations, and let's just say that we are making it so that it will be valuable to go with any favor depending on your playstyle and preferences. We have made it so that there's no one that is definitely better. Whereas now, I think we all agree that no matter how much of a looter boy you is, there is no better reward than plus 6 minutes in the vault with Wendy.
Yeah.
We want it to be a thing that you also swap between. So maybe, you know, depending on the gear you build, etc., you're focused on one thing and then you swap between and, you know.
Because it is very much as the Skull says. Currently, there is, besides them offering like different bonuses and different negatives, it actually is only one choice. And yeah, the chat also makes that very clear there. There is only one real choice of what Vault God you want to go for, and yeah, we kind of want to at least. I would want to say give different options, but it's more like bring them more in line with with each other.
Yeah. Exactly. I see that people are asking for making Vault God favors easier to obtain. 33% with a Hallowed Idol. I think it's only in my chat or in my game you see me fail constantly with Wendar, where I think we're up to at least 14, because that's what we did today, Wendar altars without a single favor change with a Hallowed
Nice.
Idol. That's the math, and that is pretty sick.
That 33%?
That's pretty spicy.
Wasn't it 9?
Oh, I thought it was 33 with a Hallowed.
Yeah, the chances are higher if you use a idol of the corresponding Vault God, and if it's hallowed, it's even higher.
I thought it was 3 normal, 6 correct, 9 hollowed. But damn, 33. Yeah, Iska, you suck on luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, you suck.
I'm
just get
sorry.
good.
It's just
We may overlook those numbers again though as we are going through the favors, but
another part with this is you have to always consider is like if you do an altar, like you kind of want to do an altar also for the loot it can get you,
yes,
not just for changing the favor.
yeah,
And the problem is if you just want to go for the loot, then a favor change might not be really desirable.
exactly.
Yeah, wait, where's my god shards at? What happened to them?
Who knows?
We
Oh,
need to.
Did you get rid of them and just still had me hunting for them?
Go on.
There was a while
go
there where
on,
I was
Hell.
just like, I
Go
want
on. Go on.
No, let's finish up the things we have to say for the next patch.
Oh yeah, we have one big thing that I think is going to
Yeah.
be well received. Do you want to
It's
take
also
it?
very exciting.
Is it God Shards?
We're talking about Sunday's patch. Leave us alone.
Oh, the God Shards are coming out on Sunday? Oh, that's great to hear.
Oh,
Oh,
on
my.
Sunday? Wait, that's news to me.
Never said which Sunday.
So yeah, we have 1 point left
you
for
go.
Sundays.
Yeah.
And this has been requested multiple times. And 50% of those times were from Iskal.
Yes. I will say though, I have agreed with Hal to not do this, but with the new calculations. Remember what we said about binomial and equal distribution? With that, I think this is a very, very important thing. Go on, Hal.
So we have void orbs that allow you to remove a random modifier from your gear.
Oh?
And it will be possible to get a void orb that is targeted for a specific modifier.
Jump boost?
So, well, you know, if you use an artisan scroll, you don't get jump boost, you get a potion effect. So,
But
not
yeah,
quite jump boost, but
practically,
essentially
yeah,
able
essentially.
to remove a potion effect. So it's essentially same result. But yeah, you will be able to target what you want to remove, but that will also come at a higher risk of using up a repair slot.
Yep. So basically, you take a void orb, you combine it with an artisan scroll, and boom, you have a targeted void orb. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but a higher chance of using a repair slot. So it's for perfecting the gear piece that you're working with, and I
Or
think it's...
removing one really, really bad roll that you didn't really want on that gear.
Like night vision.
And I could
Like
I could say another thing as well.
Okay, you first.
On Sunday, knockback resistance can only ever roll once on a gear piece.
Oh, thank God! Oh. It's like if you have like 5 levels, it's guaranteed to get you 2 knockback resistance every single time.
Also on Sunday, knockback resistance min and max would be low enough for you to not hit 100% with all gear that you have. And at that time, I want to hear you pray for knockback resistance when you roll gear. When you get knocked off the pillar, down into the Ravager with Frenzy, I want to hear you cry. Okay, I want to hear you say knockback resistance is the best thing ever. It is true. It is too OP, and we don't even know about it because everyone has 100% knockback resistance mid game. Yeah, Stone Skin is a talent. I mean, we don't even remember Stone Skin.
I took Stone Skin
was
at the
not.
beginning. I was like, "This is a great idea," and then like a month later, it's like, "All right, this was the worst idea I ever had."
Yeah.
Oh,
So maybe Stone Skin will see some form of return. That would be exciting.
Yeah, finally. Wait, Stone Skin still is a thing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It's 1 skill point.
We're now gonna up those, of course,
We're gonna kind of got 5 skill points
per level.
Oh God.
There are a few more things in this patch, but that's the main thing. So
That's the
lots of
meat.
balance stuff. That's the meat. We'll keep the rest a secret. That's a nice stick you got there, Dowski.
Yeah, I accidentally right-clicked it and got you one.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Sorry, but what does Stone Skin do?
Wow.
It gives you knockback
Okay.
resistance.
For 1 level, you get 10% knockback resistance, and no one took it, other than me, and then I got rid of it immediately.
No, Stress took it. Stress has it, but she before level 100, you don't get 100% on gear, but after you will get so.
No. That increases heavily with in higher tiers.
Will you reveal the new rooms? We could potentially, maybe, if people want to see them, we could head over to the build server real quick, but it wasn't in our original plan because we got a bit to talk about.
No, I feel like there is excitement in seeing it on Sunday.
Yeah, there's excitement in seeing it on Sunday.
Show like
I agree.
half of them now, and then
It
the
has
other
blocks.
half save.
It's
Sure,
it's
half
not
is,
easy.
Vault Bedrock.
It's not easy to show it on the build server because every room is modular. Like the rooms get built inside the vault. You only see a frame So
Can
I
you
think
show
only
one
the-
frame?
no, shut up.
Can you get someone to go take a screenshot of one of them just to bait chat, and then you could post it like you did with the cake crate? Oh, sorry, the parrot crate.
If you're nice, H-Bomb,
Maybe.
Hellfire made...
Sorry, chat, it's not happening. It's just not gonna happen then.
H-Bomb is all of us. All right. Hell, would you wanna say?
Should I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If I mean,
I'm gonna get a lot of, yeah.
No, you're
after
not.
this.
You're not. It's gonna be fine.
Okay. Just say so.
This is how me and Hellfire communicate, by the way. Telekinesis is what it's called. It's a talent that you can't
That you
like,
unlock.
take,
It costs 10 skill points.
and a friendship point.
You gotta know where you invest your friendship points.
Yeah.
H has mentioned this before. God shards.
Sunday?
So
Will be deleted. No, just kidding.
there were relatively early on in the series, before we even hit level 75, I think. I made and introduced 4 special vaults. And as several players received like singular shards and not actually made a full crystal yet, there was a lot of very, very good feedback initially, and a lot of people were very excited about this. And I realized that there is a lot more potential to be had in these types of vaults. Not just to have them like as every normal vault, but add a lot more stuff to it, make it very individual, like its own type of goal, a very different type of vault with its own kind of rewards, and potentially other things. So the original concept and the original things that were implemented, again, back at that time, we still had barely any control over the vault generator. The architect event was, I think, just barely a thing. And so looking back at it, if you guys were to actually enter and get one of these vaults, it would not feel rewarding and or up to the expectation that they present. So that is ultimately why I wasn't very happy of anyone actually getting them, because it would just result in more unmet expectations than anything else. So I've reconceptualized them, and I am actively working on them along with other members in the team. And they will come very soon.
Sunday?
Not Sunday.
Saturday?
Maybe.
Yesterday.
They already exist. No.
They're still in the game.
Realistically, in 1.13, which would be the next patch, and unlike Mojang, we do not patch every 9 months. We patch every week. So, realistically,
9 months? It's like a year and a half.
So, the Vault God vaults will be a thing. Every single one of them is going to be very different to the other. They will have rather unique challenges related to the Vault Gods they are from. And they are endgame content, and they are not to be obtained very early on. So, yeah, that's the current status on that. So I'm sorry.
don't apologize. Don't apologize.
I'm still very uncomfortable about this because it's generated a lot of hype and there were a lot of expectations around it. So
I pushed Hellfire into some very urgent matters at the time. This was before we had Vault loading. This was before we had Vault Gear functioning properly. There was a time where Vault Gear roles were extremely scattered. So I pushed Hellfire in to do other things first. He had a Vault God created. I saw it and I went like, hold on. Can we not do an event of this? Can we not do this is awesome. Can chat not... let's do this as an event, hell, I want this now. And he's like, but it's a god altar for Tenos. No. And there's Build a Vault. So, you know, if anyone takes the blame for the delay, it's definitely me. Hell has done
I mean, it was
everything
just
right.
a lot of things to do in general.
Yeah, there's been a lot of things to do. So I don't think there are any apologies. We are excited to see it coming out in January. So
The god shards were the friends we made along the way.
yes.
Maybe.
And I will remind everybody as well that I am starting my YouTube series for Vault Hunters. I was actually going to record a bit today, but I decided, because I can't stream over the weekend, I decided to stream today and then record bits and pieces over the weekend. I'm hoping to maybe have an episode out on Monday. I wish I could have got it done earlier, but I actually wanted this balance patch out before I got to it, so very, very excited. Selfless, shameless self-promotion. Yo, the only channel this is broadcasted on is mine. So I don't know.
You're advertising on your own channel, Iskel?
It's
dear.
crazy. It's crazy.
You've changed.
I've changed, yeah. You know what's also about to change?
Ooh, a lot of things.
What's about to change is people's knowledge of what happens after January 31st. No, rather, people's knowledge...
I mean, there's going to be a final vault after January 31st.
Yeah. People's perception and knowledge about what happens after the final vault.
Oh. Do you know something that I don't?
No, I think I've shared it with you. I think you know.
Oh, okay.
Want to confirm one last time that for Final Vault on public?
Yes.
That's true.
Go on,
A lot of
Dalsky.
people have been asking for it. Yeah, it has been said, I think multiple times, but it keeps coming back up as a question. We have confirmed that the Final Vault will be in the public version.
Ooh.
And it will be replayable.
So once you go into
Ooh,
it
that's
first,
a new fact.
you will be able to go at it again.
Yep.
Will you need to collect all 25 artifacts again?
No. I don't think so. I don't know. This
Maybe.
is stuff we haven't... Yeah, maybe.
That's still a little
Maybe.
bit up in the air, but
Yeah,
in
but
general,
up in the air.
the final vault will be there, so you can do that yourself too.
Ladies and gentlemen, through your support and absolute love of Vault Hunters and absolute coming back every single day, on April 15th, Season 3 of Vault Hunters SMP will start. And it is very, very exciting. It is very, very exciting. April 15th, right after the Easter holiday, we've got a great group of people that have confirmed that they are joining. Including
Are you part of it?
including the Bomb 94. I hope.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I have confirmed, Iskel. We did talk about it.
We
Like,
talked
right
about
from
this.
the-
It was just you were so silent. I was like,
I was letting you speak and watching the chat get hyped.
I'm going to spoil some beans. We're going to speak about Season 3 now, and I think you guys are going to get very excited.
Beans are being spilled.
We are also going to keep quite a few things secret. Quite a few fundamental things that we are doing, or we are going to keep a secret. But Vault Hunters is here to stay. I believe that this is a mod pack that can be played over and over again. I believe that with the changes we are making, with upgrades we are making to the pack constantly, this is a stronger pack than ever. I believe personally that this is the best mod pack out there just because it's different. It's not the best one if you are looking for a, chill out, casual, technical, get all the items, sit on a Sky Island pack. But it is the best if you're looking for an experience that is like none other. And I'm very excited that we are continuing it. We are also continuing dev work for public versions, and public version Season 3 or Season 2 will definitely be a thing. I'm going to talk a little bit about Iskalia Vault Hunter servers, which is going to change from Iskalia Vault Hunter servers to the official Vault Hunter servers in the near future. I will talk a little bit about that in a minute, but I'm guaranteeing that people are excited to hear some names for next season.
Ooh, names.
And
H-bomb?
Whoa.
H-bomb is
hope so.
going. H-bomb is going to be part of it. We are also going to be seeing Stressmonster the next season. She has confirmed participation. We are going to be seeing a return and a commitment to playtime of 5UP next season.
Let's go.
5UP is returning, and he's committed to playing a certain amount of hours. So he had some stuff that came up that made him not able to play, and then what happened was that he fell too far behind and he didn't feel comfortable with all the backseating and stuff. So he is absolutely coming back.
Yeah.
We have also got confirmed that CaptainSparklez Jardoon Cheeserson is gonna. I heard my name. Am I being talked about? Oh, okay, yeah. Someone has to be nerfed. I guess. Jardoon is returning as well as. Well, I shouldn't really spoil the name. Unfortunately, though, we are losing one mechanism-heavy person for next season named PeteZahHutt. He will not be returning. I'm just kidding! Pete is coming back next season as well. Pete is absolutely coming back next season. Yes, I am just kidding.
Yeah, Pete's the least likely person to probably leave the series.
Probably, yeah. I don't think he even knows what to do with his life in between seasons.
Pete is absolutely coming back, chat. Don't be silly. I'm not gonna spoil, but we are gonna see a couple of new people joining next season.
No way.
I do not want to spoil.
Actually?
Yep, we are gonna see a couple of people, and
Is it Dowski?
Is it Hellfire?
Can't be
These
me.
questions comes up a lot of times, and
see
I
a
don't
lot-
Actually comes up a
think
lot of
people. Yeah, I don't think people realize that with dev work and everything, like where would we get the time?
I see a lot of good guesses in chat. Very good guesses from some people. Holy crap,
I
that's
see
scary.
Pete's NFT in chat. Wait,
I-
doesn't Pete own that NFT?
I had to look.
What?
I had to look so that I wasn't sharing Discord. But we're seeing some people now. One of the bigger news though with returning people is that Tubbo is returning.
Yes.
Tubbo is returning. However, and this is very important, Tubbo is not going to be a Vault Hunter. He is going to be something special on the server.
We're gonna have some insane plans.
We have some
New title,
insane plans.
Snowflake.
And I've spoken with Tubbo about this. He is so hyped. I will just let you know. He is so hyped for this. You can hear H-Bomb knows the plans. He is starting to laugh here.
Wait, H1 knows?
Yeah,
Well, I
H-Bomb
know what
knows.
Isco told me. I don't know how much more there is to it.
Let's go.
But yeah, Tubbo is going to be back, and he's going to have a kind of central role. It will kind of be almost like a, I wouldn't want to say storyline because it's a bit more intricate than that. But he will have
Lore?
a task. Yeah, lore. A little bit of lore. He will have a
Bit of
task
lore
on
on
the
this
server.
Wow.
And I think that please more info. Let me just say this.
Tubbo the Vault God?
No. Tubbo the clone producer. Tubbo the clone producer. And that's all we're gonna say for now. No, he's
Just
not
when you
an
think you couldn't get enough Tubbo, he's gonna be cloned.
he's gonna be cloned.
More Tubbo.
But yeah, it's gonna be.
Clone Wars.
I'm absolutely sure that. But one thing that we do get criticism for in Vault Hunters is that it's too much focus around just running vaults, and people would like to see more base building, shopping district, all of these things that we love of an SMP of Minecraft, right? And Tubbo's role is going to see to that a lot. It's going to make it so that we are gonna see a lot more interactions, trading, bartering, and things like that.
Let's not go too deep into details.
No,
here.
we're not gonna go too deep into details, but just to let people know that it is not as a Vault Hunter he returns.
Chad is saying he returns as a wandering trader,
I love that.
just going around with a cart of items. Want to buy something?
Wandering around. Do you need power for your base? I can fuel you.
Or anyone else coming back? I see in chat. All I will say is that I have got commitment from one more person to return, but I won't say who, and I won't say more than that. But yeah, that's a little bit about the player base. And I also said we have 2 new hunters that I won't reveal today, but 2 new hunters that are going to be joining the series as well. Really exciting. Really exciting.
Yeah.
And when I talk about returners, I talk about people that are inactive. So Zine and Seapeekay, etc., that you guys are asking. I haven't got a confirmation on their playing of Season 3 yet. I haven't got that confirmed. So I don't know. I hope so. They absolutely have an invite to play in the next season as well.
Are you coming back?
I will be back. I will be back. Yes.
Oh, really?
I shall be back.
Wow.
Oh man.
Thank
What
you
a
that
twist.
someone asked about me. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah, chat was asking. Like, Iska didn't confirm himself. Like, is he going full dev or?
No, I shall be back. I shall be back. Realistically, this season is going to run like the final vote is going to be somewhere mid to end February.
He's back.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
Mid to end February, and after January 31st, it's all about helping players who won't have all artifacts, like Stress, for example, or maybe Zine, CPK. The people who are lower levels, helping them to complete the puzzles. We are allowed to reroll artifacts. We're allowed to run CRP runs to get Omega Pogs to reroll artifacts and stuff like that. So yeah. You can guess all you want, chat. I won't spoil the beans on the 2 new members.
I only need spilled beans. I don't need spoiled beans.
I think like a lot of questions like the past like few months have been like, is there going to be a season 3? And before I knew if there was going to be a season 3 or not, my response was always, do you think Iskal is just going to give up on his baby? Like, do you think this is ever a done project?
Maybe.
Is it actually a question?
Maybe we have something better than Vault Hunter.
No, we don't. This is great. This is great. We have nothing better.
You're not fooling everyone.
We're gonna make this better first. Then we can talk. Okay, so speaking about Season 3, there are, like I said, some fundamental... One important thing for me as a designer, and I think Hellfire also agrees, and hopefully, Dowski and H-Bomb agrees and understands. One important thing is that whenever you make a game or upgrade a game, you want it to feel familiar. So one thing that we are not doing for Season 3 is reworking everything. We are not going to do that. It's not going to be as big of a jump as Season 1 to Season 2. But it's probably going to be a bit broader. It's going to be a little bit more things. Basically, we want to keep it fresh, but we want it familiar. You want to go into the club and listen. When you're in a nightclub, which none of us are because we are Minecraft nerds, you go in anyway. I will emulate because I'm not a nerd, so I've been to clubs.
I feel offended right now.
I've been to clubs, so I will emulate.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's nice seeing you.
Oh wow, hello. Is it not Halloween?
The best DJ is the DJ who plays songs that you know, but maybe remixed. And that is important. That is a motto I live with when I design something. So we want to make sure that Season 3 is familiar but fresh. And we're not going to talk about all of the things that we are changing or upgrading. But I know that one very central part of Vault Hunters is the talk about 2 talents.
The hot talk around the block.
Yes. Treasure Hunter or Artisan, which one is best? Now, I've done many polls on this, and Treasure Hunter always wins. Oh, for goodness sake. Well done. Mathematically, Treasure Hunter is probably the better choice. I think everyone agrees to that. Is it more fun though? Is it more intuitive? Doesn't everyone want to craft gear? I don't think H-Bomb likes crafting gear, maybe, but for the most part, people like crafting. So
I think Treasure Hunter is better for like us because we're on a server. If it was single player, I think Artisan would be better.
I'm not so sure. I'm getting a reasonable amount of Rare plus Tier 3 and Epic plus Tier 3 at my level. I'm not sure that you're right in that. But maybe.
I think if I didn't have Pete, you, or Captain making me gear, I would be going insane.
Artisan is the fun option. Treasure Hunter is the try-hard option. That's a good point.
Wow.
The thing with Treasure
not
Hunter
wrong.
is that you get so many more black opals, you get so much more skill points, like all of these things, and the ability to differentiate fragments of gear, one luck level here and there, is not close enough, unfortunately, math-wise at least. So
I like that statement. Artisan is fun, but Treasure Hunter is better.
yeah, I like that as well. In season 3, there will be no choice.
You can't take any of it. It's just worse.
It's just worse. Instantly worse.
Minus luck levels.
Negative.
No, in season 3, crafting will be accessible by everyone. And I'm actually very, very excited to share this. You are going to get better at crafting gear when you craft gear. So think of it, if we were to keep the names we have now, the more gear you craft, the more likely they are to be perfected in the end. You will be able to play a minigame where you level up your blacksmithing skills or artisan skills. And that would be for everyone.
So essentially, the better you get at crafting boots, the better your boots are gonna become.
Yeah, you just yeah, exactly. That's the thing though. The better you become at crafting boots, the better your boots crafting becomes. However, that doesn't make your helmet crafting better. We are going to make Vault Gear crafting into sort of like a Vault God favor thing times a million, where you can't be best in everything, but you can specialize in one thing, and it's never permanent. If I craft up a lot of helmets, I can get to the point where I can craft perfected helmets, but my boots are not perfected.
Helmets?
Yeah, and if I craft...
We have a captain watching. You gotta say Heckmets.
Oh, sorry, Heckmets. Heckmets.
So basically, you can specialize in 1 or 2 or potentially 3 slots of things you want to craft, like swords, axes, Heckmets, boots, or things. But at some point, whenever you gain like more experience or whatever, that also means that you might lose some experience on some other end.
Yes.
So let's say you're best as possible in swords, Heckmets, and boots, and then you start crafting a lot of chest plates, then something else will suffer as you get better in chest plates.
And just to cool down all of the people playing single player, there will be an option when you start your world for it to be normal scaling or a smaller pool, which means that you will faster get better and faster get worse, but also faster recover another one and faster get worse than another one if you play single player. So that makes up for the ability to trade with others on a server. Just letting people know, so that I saw some comments saying this is a mega nerf for single player, but it's not. It's there would be an option to not have the scaling affect you as a multiplayer.
So it's
service.
not as harsh when you're not in the server environment.
Exactly. This is a very exciting thing. What's gonna happen with Treasure Hunter? Well, we'll probably just move luck and chest quantity entirely to gear. Entirely. Remove it as a talent. You know?
There is a lot of things to expect.
A lot of things to expect. I think that this will fix the balance issues. It will also... I mean, I like the choice, right? It's a fun choice. It's fun, but it can be very, very weird if you play single player today. So, if anything, this is a buff for single player. And speaking about this, crafting gear, Hellfire. Gear is changing quite a bit, but familiar. When we say quite a bit on this topic, I just want to say before Hellfire takes the word that most of these changes are back-end changes, not changes that you will not be familiar with, but they are quite huge.
It's gonna feel a little bit different, but it should make for overall a better experience.
Yep.
So yeah, one thing that we did in this season was tiers of Vault Gear. So at level 100 you got to tier 2, at level 250 you got to tier 3. And every time a tier switch like this happened, the power that the gear piece provided is much, much stronger. Like a tier 2 gear piece is so much better than a tier 1 gear piece. Like higher rolls of the modifiers, just more modifiers in general, higher armor. And the same in general goes for tier 3 as well. You have just many more modifiers, you have higher ranges, more armor. And these were very rapid jumps in player power. Now, one aspect of us adjusting this vault gear going forward is that as you level up, higher values on your modifiers will become available. So if you get a gear piece at level 50, it will only be able to, let's say, at most roll, I don't know, +2 or +3 health. At level 100, it will be able to roll up to +5 health. At level 200, it might be able to roll up to +8 health. So it seamlessly adjusts itself to your vault level. So as you get higher level, higher ranges of modifiers become available.
And
Are we
even
still gonna
certain
be able to, like-
modifiers.
Are they still going to be like level based? Like you might have to like Wu-Tax them? Like if I want to give a piece of gear to Seapeekay who's a smaller level, I can't just give him something insane, like in this base, like tier 3, but I could give him like my old like tier 1 or tier 2 stuff. Like, can we still do that in the future? Or is it like once it hits a level, like if I give someone +10 resistance on mine and they're only getting like +4?
That then depends. A gear piece is usable, at which point that modifier range became available. So let's say it became available to hit +10 resistance at level 150. That means, let's say that became available at level 150. So the gear piece, if it has +10 resistance, is available at level 150 or higher.
Oh, okay.
That also ties in with something else. Item level. A lot of games have this, and we have seen a number of instances also on the SMP here, where item level would have solved a lot of issues. And so going forward, whenever you are going to find a gear piece in Season 3, the gear will come with a item level that is set on the gear piece when you find it in a chest. So that will be then the vault level. So if you run a vault in co-op, for example, and that is only vault level 30, then you will only find vault gear at level 30. And you can also then only get the modifiers that are available up to level 30. So yeah, they're
very, very
there's
exciting.
gonna be it's gonna be a little bit different.
And
But
while
I feel like
I think it's going to be a good change. And while we will scale modifiers based on the level, making it into seamlessly scaling gear. So for example, like Hel said, I mean, a level 150 sword can have +5 attack damage, while a level 30 sword may only be able to have 1 attack damage, as example. While we do that, we are going to keep most modifiers that we have so that they are familiar, because we think they are pretty good, many of them. But we are also going to introduce legendary modifiers.
yes.
And this is very exciting. Very excite as you progress.
So let's say you find a gear piece in a vault and you know, like, hey, I'm at a level I can get at most 4 health on a gear piece. You can get a legendary gear piece that has a much, much higher health value than you are currently able to obtain at your level.
Yeah.
So,
and it's gonna be visually. You're gonna see it visually.
You're gonna see it on the modifier, and so you can get certain gear pieces that are much, much better than what you could potentially craft.
And people are worried that we're gonna. Yeah, they're worried that we are removing.
The entire chat's just jump boost 3, jump boost 3, jump
boost 4?
Is legendary better than Omega? No. So you misunderstand. We are making it familiar. We are gonna see scrappy, common, rare, epic and omega rarity of the gear. That is unaffected by if it rolls a legendary modifier or not. So legendary modifiers can roll on scrappy gear, making scrappy gear at some point very exciting to find. Even if you find a scrappy plus, you know what? You could get lucky and get a legendary modifier on it. Each modifier has a rarity on the gear. Well, that's already the case. You know, you've seen it yourself. It's much harder to get luck than to get knockback resistance, for example. But it's kind of different because let's say that the webpage will say, you know, you get a helmet that can roll 1 to 5 luck. You can get a legendary luck roll and get 7 luck.
So something that just wildly exceeds what you can.
It exceeds the
get.
cap. It exceeds the cap. Yeah, exceeds the
So
cap.
let's say you find a helmet with a legendary health roll at level 50. That means it's probably gonna be like 5 to 6 health. I mean, these numbers are up for change. We'll then see what's probably gonna make sense at that point.
Yeah.
So you can get a legendary roll at level 50. That's 5 to 6 health. As you level up, you will unlock higher modifier ranges, so you will be able to get up to 5 to 6 health normally. But then the legendary roll on that level is going to be much higher again.
And back to H-Bomb's saying that the legendary roll is still super good for a level 20, for example.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit hard to explain, I realize that, but I think that most people...
It's not as trivial to explain, yeah, it's a bit roundabout.
Water breathing too. People are such trolls, man. They're here to just be trolls. I love it.
Night Vision 4.
Yeah, Night Vision.
Yeah, they're
4.
trolling.
We are also going to be a bit better at streamlining things to rarity. So rarity will determine, and it does already, but we will make this more obvious. Rarities will determine modifier slots. It will determine durability. We are yet to see if it should determine base values. It may not determine armor, for example. It may not determine damage. Because if it wouldn't determine that now, it would still be exciting to get a scrappy piece if it's really good in terms of base values. So if the range of an Omega and a scrappy, the base range would be the same, but the Omega would always be better to expand on and would last longer, then scrappy could still be viable for a foreseeable time, for a small, you know, amount of time.
So overall, the gear piece, if you get a scrappy gear piece, it will have a lot less modifiers, or you will be able to roll much fewer modifiers than
And
you
it
will
will
be able
break
to roll
sooner.
on an Omega piece. And it breaks faster than an Omega piece.
Yeah. But the base values may be similar in the next version, in Season 3. We are not entirely sure yet.
So with all of this, it seems like it's going to be much, much harder to get actually a good gear piece. Like, modifiers can roll much higher. There is a larger range of, let's say, health you can get, because then it's like at level 200 you can get a gear piece and it can roll between 1 and 10 health. So that's going to be pretty hard to get any gear piece at that point. Well, as with making it able for everyone to craft vault gear, not just artisans. The other thing we want to do is make crafting in and on itself more accessible and more of a common occurrence.
And more exciting.
So you will be able to currently it is called reforge gear. So you will be able to reforge one gear piece multiple times and over essentially until you get those few modifiers that you're really looking for. And we are also looking to just add more options for you to modify gear, to change the values of existing modifiers, for example. And so
Yep.
it will then be much more. It will be much more possible to just sink in a lot more time in one gear piece and trying to get, for example, a really, really good cooldown roll together with a really high health roll or really high resistance roll, and really craft a gear piece. Not just as it currently is, where you get more and more modifiers, but really sit down and craft.
Yep. I saw a question if there will be more ways to customize your gear, not just look-wise. I'm not sure what you mean, but I think you're talking about, like, specify after what you like. Now, the reason we don't have it that way at the moment is because we don't like metas. We like the idea of to a certain extent, there needs to be a lot of randomness involved, because otherwise it's just a time gate. I keep saying this. We don't want it to be a furnace, where the only value in a furnace in Minecraft is the time it takes to smelt. Well, that's not true. There are two values. And the amount of coal you need to smelt the item. None of these things are good game designs, according to us. We think that that's kind of boring, kind of like, time gating is whatever. Sit there and wait for something to fill is just kind of boring. We want it to be something interactable, something that the player can work with, and there needs to be RNG involved. But yeah.
I realize that it's a very complex topic to talk about. But
For sure.
Will there be a proper crafting bench? Yes.
Well, I like that question, actually.
That is a very that's a very good question. And I agree. The current hate against anvils on this server will not continue as much in Season 3. So we will spare some more anvil lives.
Yeah.
So
Something I saw, I don't know if it's being worked on or not, but someone asked, will there be more ranged weapons during Season 3? Is that a possibility?
In our little pre-talk before this podcast started, we actually said, what should we say about this? We concluded that we should say not much. We should say that we are still looking at possibilities for ranged weapons. We are still worried about ranged weapons being something that's extremely hard to balance. And you could say, well, you could limit the amount of, ammo you have or whatever. But as you do that, where's the breakpoint where you make it boring and bad? Right? Where's the breakpoint where it's just not good enough anyway, so it doesn't matter. But we are definitely looking into it. I like the idea of tridents in vaults. I really like the idea of tridents in vaults, where you throw yourself, riptide yourself at the mobs. I think it's very cool. But we don't want to make a thing that's like too powerful and just voids any other gameplay.
It's always a bit scary working with ranged weaponry, because I feel like in all the games I've seen, ranged weaponry is either incredibly strong or not really worth to do.
Completely useless, yeah.
So I feel like there is a very delicate balance to try and get.
The last thing we want in Vault Hunters, if you compare to another RPG, is if you compare to another RPG, you go into a vault or a rift or whatever you play, you have your tank, you have your healer, you have your archer, right? The tank is a boring class to play because you're not actually good at anything except standing there and taking hits. The healer is a quite boring class to play because, if you can either be bad at it and people die, or you're adequate at it and people don't die. And the archer is the kid in the corner, the AD carry, who goes, "Oi, did you see that? I just critted that mob for like 300. And because of all of these things, we want to be very careful. We do not want classes ever in Vault Hunters. It's not a game for classes. It's a game for players to develop their own skills, etc. So,
but hear me out.
Yeah.
There's a slingshot called the Vault Slingshot that you could shoot boogie bombs at mobs, and then they're stuck there for 5 seconds dancing while you run past them.
And loot chests in the process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I see.
It skills
and then like fatal strike chance, armor, damage. All of the modifiers that we have are just useless. Just get a slingshot, root the mobs, and keep on going.
Exactly.
For Season 3 H-Bomb, we will have you get a legendary modifier, which is called +3 walking height, which will allow you to walk over mobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Creative flight on level 1.
But the boogie bombs you can only get from chests, and you can't bring them into the vault. They're kind of like
on the outside the vault.
You only have to find them inside.
Yeah, they're like the scavenger items where they'll disappear once you exit.
I'm gonna move on now. More things.
But boogie bombs.
More things in Season 3. One very, 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 very big change. One very huge change, and I want to see what chat reacts to this.
Oh no.
Is the concept. It's currently just a concept, but it's something that we are deciding to do. Of splitting the special chests up. Right now, we have gilded chests. Imagine if we had imagine if we had. I just F3D'd to clear.
Nice.
Imagine if we had gilded chests, living chests, ornate chests, etc., etc., etc. And ornate chests would focus on gear crafting. Gilded chests would focus on gold and key pieces, maybe. Living chests would focus on XP items. And it is the choice of the player when they build a crystal to build it accordingly to what they are seeking for the moment. God damn it, imagine if there was a boogie bomb chest. More chest
So
types.
many options here, Iskal.
More chest types are coming. It is a massive change to how you play Vault Hunters. It will allow you to wake up in the morning and log onto your server or your single player and say, you know what, today I'm going to farm down Vutak shards. I'm going to farm down Vault Scrap. Today I'm going to farm the thing I need.
E-bombs.
This
So
exists
much
in
more planning
Minecraft.
and flexibility if needed.
Yes, this exists in Minecraft. I'm going to farm diamonds today. I'm going to dig down to Y11 and I'm going to farm diamonds because that's where you find diamonds.
Unalivement.
Unalivemonts, yeah. That would be the same thing in Vault Hunter Season 3. It's a big change. I'm very excited about it. And to buff this, I want to speak about crystal modifiers. Because it is a big topic that I don't want to go too far into. But the comment that I've written down says crystal modifiers will be different but familiar. The goal is for the player to get crystals done faster, less fluff, speed, or mega strong, and more directly to the point, while increasing crystal value at the end. We have some really cool ideas that we are conceptualizing in the near future and excited to share. That's about it what I'm going to say, but basically, crystal crafting is still going to be a thing. Catalysts are still going to be a thing. Modifiers on crystals are absolutely going to be a thing. I think it's such an amazing thing. But what we don't want is for the player to sit there with his rich, plentiful, endless crystal like I did today and not find copious and just feel bad. Just feel like, oh, I can't run this crystal. I just got to sit here and wait. And I stack up crystals in my chest. We don't want that. And the solution is not to make an automatic system where it searches for a catalyst in a user interface. That's not the solution. We have a solution for this. And I think that everyone will love it when it comes out. Everyone will be like, how was it ever anything different than this? Crystals is going to be much faster from starting to finish. But it's not through changing, a catalyst table to be automatic. That's just ridiculous. That is not how we do it. So yeah, that's really exciting and something to look forward to. Another big thing of Season 3, and the final note on Season 3 right now, is that people are asking about mods and stuff. We are definitely going to update the mod list. Logistical pipes, or whatever it's called, pretty pipes, is gone because it's so laggy. We are looking into some other mods as well that we are going to add. By the way, in the next patch, we're adding a new decorative mod. Exciting.
-1 research cost.
Yeah, exciting.
Og.
But one thing that we are discussing and pretty agreeing on in the development team is that next season we will not be seeing Botania.
Or not in the same shape it is currently.
Or not in the same shape that it is currently. But if I wanna just finish, if Botania disappears, if Botania do disappear, we are going to be making it so that every these special items from Botania, like the triple jump amulet, the double arm amulet, etc., will be vault gear instead. The problem with Botania now is that it is a very big meta. You are expected to go Botania. I know that HBOM hasn't, but honestly, it's just not great to not go Botania. We want it to be something that everyone can enjoy and not a forced option. So, I know it sounds a bit, scary, but either we repurpose the research functions of Botania and split it up into their own category group, because there's so many different things from Botania that are powerful, or we take control over them and make them into our own items, our own gear. And no RIP Goddess Charm. No RIP Goddess Charm. Welcome to, Vault, the Vault Charm. Benevolent Vault Charm instead. Example.
So there's just a lot of power currently hidden behind the Botania research itself.
Mm.
And it is, yeah, as you just said, something just mandatory. Yeah, I do see that Botania has like some decorative things, but the main thing here is that it provides so much utility to running vaults. It's at some point, sooner or later, everyone in their Vault Hunters playthrough would have to go Botania, just because it provides triple jump, it provides your step-up solution, it provides a
Run
magnet
speed,
that doesn't run out.
Yeah.
It's so much. I don't even want to...
Terra Shatter, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't even want to go into the Terra Shatter yet. Even without the Terra Shatter, it's already such a good addition that I feel it's just a lot of things that Botania does. It has a lot of things that look really pretty. It has a lot of things that are really fun to build. Like, let's just blow our base up a third time with the TNT generator. But it's, as it stands right now, just too much power in one research.
Yeah.
So we either need to look into like really splitting it up and then adjusting the items themselves, or straight up looking to not allow access to the original items and instead make our own replacements.
Yeah. If we can make our own replacements, we can also make them a lot more Vault Hunter alike, so that, you know, you'd have to choose between something or do something. So yeah.
That is still, like, the final say about that isn't done yet, but it definitely is a topic that we are addressing in one form or another come Season 3.
Someone mentioned Paxels. Paxels are going to get a big overhaul in the next season, for sure. We got some really cool ideas to work the Paxels into being an exciting thing to make, instead of like, I'm going to craft 20 Paxels and see if I get lucky. We're gonna try and mimic. We're gonna try and mimic what's fun from Tinker's Construct. And I'm not talking about building a smeltery and pouring out things. I mean, that's really fun. But we're going to try and mimic...
doing a smeltery?
No, we're going to try and mimic similar things into the Paxel creation. And I think it will be really, really cool. Right. I think that in terms of Season 3 content, there is a lot to look forward to. We have a massive reveal of something in a little bit as well that is going to probably blow the mind of some people. We have... once again, change the world of modded Minecraft, I hope, with this thing. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about Iskalia Vault Hunter servers, or as they will henceforth be called, official Vault Hunter servers. An official Vault Hunter server will be linked up to the armor, etc. A lot of people are asking about the restart with Season 3, etc., etc. A lot of people are asking about Eternals as well. Bonnie, we are not planning on making any big changes to Eternals. We think they're in a very good spot at the moment. We are going to do some changes with Ancients, but Eternals will still be a thing next season. Absolutely, they're awesome. Oh, and we get the question, will Season 3 be in 118 a lot? So, here's the thing. To port Vault Hunters into 118 would probably be a work of about 3-4 weeks for Hellfire, a month. Code-wise. Roundabout that. So say that we spend time to do that. We have the time to do it. The problem then is that what other mods will actually be available in 118? What other mods will be available and not crash? We know that Applied Energistics already have a beta out, but that's about it. So currently we are not looking to update from 116 in Vault Hunters Season 3. We are not planning on doing that change yet. I don't see a massive reason for it. I know that 118 is super exciting with the world gen, but I don't think it's wise to spend a month doing that when there are so many other content-wise things that we could do instead with that time, and the risk of other mods not being up to date anyway. is a big scary thing. So I'd rather stay on 116 and then look at that for for the future. 117
It remains to be seen how 118 shapes up. And depending on that, we might revisit that choice. But as it stands currently, and we are looking into the modded landscape, currently we couldn't really build the pack even on 118, even if the Vault mod was already fully ported.
No, we couldn't.
Oh man, chat's going crazy that you just revealed season 4 is happening.
Let's talk about official Vault Hunter servers.
These servers.
Right now, ladies and gentlemen, Malpractice, my dear web developer and project owner of web, has just pushed something pretty big. And that is that if you go on vaulthunters.gg, there will be, and refresh it, there will be a new button called servers. And from this, you are able to join a server online on the web page. You're able to go, okay, you know what? I want to play on Cake. And you're able to fill everything in and your access tier. And if you don't have one, you can find out how to get one. You're also able to see whoever is online on the server Cake and who's offline, how many people are active, etc., etc. So now to join an official Vault Hunter server is a lot easier, hopefully. That's my hope. And we will keep adding servers as we need to add servers. But this is such a cool system. It is completely automatic. It's very, very, very quick. And you're able to very quickly link up and be part of the armory, which we all, love. And we, at the development team, we don't see a stop for Vault Hunters in terms of public playing. We see it as a thing that will continue. And for those of you who love RPGs and Minecraft, we want this to be a game for you. So therefore, we are going to introduce...
A lot of people are trying to access the website right now, so be a little patient.
Yeah.
It's a bit slow.
There's a lot of attention on it right now.
Which is cool. You will be able to access servers immediately and get help on how to joining, etc., etc. We are going to be adding official seasons to Vault Hunters on our official servers, previously Scalia servers. And they will certainly be referenced as Scalia servers at some point as well. But we will add official seasons, and what we're looking at is making a standard server season length be 9 months long. And a turbo season, which will be provided on some servers, be around 6 months. We want to put 9 months out there because 9 months, this is Minecraft, this is not Diablo. You're building a base, you want to, hang out with your friends, etc., etc., etc. No questions from Reddit taken yet? No, we're getting to that, Romans. So 9 months for those of you who play on the normal servers, and then we'll have turbo servers, which reset every 6 months. Now, when they reset, however, if you manage to finish the objective, you will get some sort of token. We haven't really worked this out yet, but you'll get something to say, I was part of this season, and here's my thing from that season.
A little vanity item or
vanity item, yeah. What does Calvin do the other 4 months? Yeah, I mean, some people look, some people will complete it in 1 month, and that's fine. But I want to allow time for people to build bases and stuff like that. Asian servers, we do have the Australian servers. Unfortunately, to find a server provider in, for example, India is extremely difficult for some reason. But yeah, really, really exciting. Really happy about this server thing. You can check your application. You can check about official servers. See how you get access, etc., etc. You can go to our Discord. It's super nice, and big shout out to Mal, who's been working hard at this. And I think it's it's very, very cool. You can see who's online. You can link directly to their armory and have a look at their character, etc., with all the gear. Right, everyone happy with that? Everyone happy with the official Vault Hunter servers? Oh, and I will say, we will be opening up. I will unlimitedly open up the Diamond Patreon level. So the cost to play on a server will be whatever Diamond Patreon is at the moment. What is it, Dowski?
20 euros.
No, that's Iscalium.
$20,
That's Iscalium. Diamond,
Hang
I think,
on,
is
let me
12.
bring up your page.
I think it's $12.
Wait, is this an ad?
Hang on. It is definitely an ad. It is, yeah, €10.50 a month.
There you go. I will open up the €10 or $12 a month slots right after the podcast. It will be unlimited. And that would be the cost of playing Vault Hunters on the official servers. Of course, playing Vault Hunters single player is completely free. Setting up your own server, completely free. You do whatever you want with it. But if you want to be part of the armory and play with other amazing people, then yeah, that's the cost for it. Instead of the $20 on the other.
Yes, it will be the same as tier 2 sub on Twitch.
Yes.
To streamline it.
Highly recommend server. Thank you, Great Legs. We do have very beefy servers, by the way. Here's a comment I got from a guy who overlooked my servers. He said, "Why are you only running double instances per physical machine? You could probably run 6." I said, "Yeah, but we don't want no lag. We are not a profit organization, okay? Those $12 are not even cutting. That's not even cutting even, but." I think it's such a cool project, and I really love to see people being active and playing, etc. We would love to do Vault Hunts for Bedrock, but that's a limitation from Microsoft. They do not allow us to mod like we do here, so...
That will not be a thing.
Yeah. Will not be a thing. Okay. Well, I wanna go with the next big boy thing. Because I'm so excited about this. Can I?
Sure.
Whew. Are you ready for this, chat? This is something.
The chat is not ready for this.
No, they are. This has never been. We are changing the world, okay, of modded Minecraft.
It's the second big announcement.
Yes,
So
season
if you
3 was
thought,
the
like,
first.
if you thought season 3 is a big thing, like that is actually gonna be a pretty cool thing.
Oh my goodness, I'm so very excited to announce that we are introducing an online marketplace / auction house for Vault Hunters. If you play on an official server, you will be able to trade with other players on other servers. You will be able to trade with us on Vault Hunters SMP. You can sell H-Bomb your items, and H-Bomb can sell...
Yes,
lucky.
yes,
You
make
can
me
give
OP.
him knockback gear.
Just give me all the Botania stuff. Just give it all to me. I need it.
It has never been done before, chat, and we are doing it, okay? That's what we have been working secretly on for the past 4 or 5 weeks. And guess what? We are doing this season, okay? We are introducing this feature this season. I think the deadline is somewhere the last week of January. We will have the first version of the auction house. You will be able to trade with us on Vault Hunters SMP. Pete will be able to sell you things with his luck.
You can all profit from Pete luck.
Yeah.
Pete has enough gems to supply all servers.
So basically, you will be able to put items from the game on the auction house on the webpage. And if you play on an official Vault Hunter server, other people that play on official Vault Hunter servers, as in the armory, other people that are in the armory will be able to buy those items. This is the base reason why we are doing Vault gear with bigger ranges next season. This is the reason we are changing crystals so that it will be really pog to get that Uber crystal and sell it on the auction house. Woo!
Yeah.
Calvin will be
If you
rich.
sit down and craft something that is a really, really cool gear piece with a lot of stuff on it, you can decide to use it yourself or try to sell it.
There would be full trading, ladies and gentlemen. Cross servers. Never been done before. I am
in the
just...
chat.
What
just
is the
put-
currency? The currency will be Vault Bronze, Vault Silver, Vault Gold, Vault Platinum.
Yep. You will be trading with
Someone
the
put in
Vault
the
Gold Platinum.
chat. Someone put in the chat Pete Bay. I like Pete Bay.
Damn it, I just had a sip of my drink.
Pete Bay is pretty good.
This also means that you will actually be able to have an online inventory. People have been asking about like protection of their items and stuff like that. Ender chest is not enough. You will have an online inventory, which is really, really cool.
Auction chest.
Pretty much.
Could you sell artifacts? Yes, you can sell artifacts. 1907.
Ooh.
Yes. You can sell artifacts. You're going to be able to sell any item in the mod pack, I believe. Any item in the mod pack. Bamboo, absolutely. Babs, absolutely. Can we sell to streamers? Yes. You can sell to us. You can sell to the streamers. And we can sell to you. Woo!
Again, maybe there might be like some restrictions on specific items or like some
Yeah.
specific things that are not tradable. But for the most part, things you can get around the pack, you will be able to sell or buy.
Or buy, yeah. I'm honestly like this whole thing has been so hard to keep a secret. It's been, I know I've slipped up a few times on season 3 announcements, but I've kept it a secret. I've been so like excited about this. It's just next level, and I think it's really cool. Like the problem that you can't play multiplayer, I would love to have a server with 500 or 5,000 people on one server, but you can't. Modded Minecraft is just not ever gonna work that way. Not even vanilla Minecraft. So this is really, really cool. Like I said, we will see this already this season. This will be a thing in the final week of this season. So you may be able to help out your favorite streamer with artifacts, absolutely.
As there is like several people that are like, yeah, like cheating is not gonna be a thing because it's on the public servers and or like on the official servers and stuff. So
it will only be on the official servers. You can't do this from single player.
You can't go into single player and decide to just edit together a perfect item and then sell that. That is not a thing.
That would be
What's
really
the point?
And there are several precautions we already conceptualized, so we can be sure that the items are legit.
Let's just put it this way. I hired a guy who's a security expert and expert in server management because of this task. So we hired a guy to our dev team a month ago who's in this team to oversee and manage the security of this.
So we are confident in this.
Wouldn't it be OP for streamers because people can just give them Omega Boost? You cannot sell to anyone directly. You can only list on the auction house. Someone else could buy it first.
So you can just say, I want to sell this chest plate for this amount of gold, and someone is willing to buy it, then they can find it and buy it.
Yeah.
Did you do auctions? Like, can you just put something up with the bare minimum and be like, it's done in 24 hours?
Who knows? Maybe at some point.
Oh.
Will servers be on Iskalia Discord or the Vault Hunt's official Discord? They will probably, maybe we will move that. We'll see. Right now, there are no plans to move it, Great Legs. Right now, there are no plans to move it away from Iskalia. I kind of like the setup we have, and we have the moderators on my Discord, etc. I want to call it official Vault Hunt servers just to not confuse new people who don't know me or who don't know Iskalia. It's a marketing thing, okay? It's a marketing thing, you know?
Wait, is this an ad again?
I will say this though.
Damn,
I'm allowing any member of Vault Hunter SMP to put up their own official server, and my admins will take over that server and help them set it up so that it's linked. But yeah, we call it official ones.
And because I saw that question also, yes, there is a limit as to how many items you can place in this online inventory and how many you can set up for trade at once.
Yep.
So it's not an infinite storage.
No, you don't wanna just use this as a storage system.
I have 5 million cobblestone online.
Will the auction house take a cut? I mean, that's a pretty funny idea, but no.
Ooh.
You sell 1-to-1.
Oh, maybe.
Who's gonna have that gold though? Is it gonna go to Hellfire's inventory and creative?
Yes.
Nice.
All end up on my head.
Will more details about running an
mine
independent
for the
official
official
server be
server.
made public? If a company is out there wanting to launch official public servers, there is a possibility for it. It's a business talk, and we do require very high standards on the servers. But but I would recommend you, if you're a server owner and if you think this is really cool and you want to set something up, contact me over email, iscal85@gmail.com. And please don't be like this guy who's like, oh, I'm 15, I got 2 servers in my garage. I want to host servers and so that I can cheat in the console. There are very high requirements if we are to take on an official one, but I'm not saying no. We have already had some good chats with one big server provider, and we'll see what comes of that in the future.
So yeah.
Taxes help stop trash auctions. Also limitations of how many items you can auction at any go helps it. Also a good search engine that doesn't list the trash like one cobblestone helps it. But yeah, you're right. You're not bad. You're not wrong. Yeah, I mean, exciting though, right, chat? Can we see some spam in chat? This is huge. Cross server trading in modded Minecraft.
That's crazy.
Whew. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think, H-Bomb, as a player?
That's insane. I can't wait to farm my viewers.
You can complete the artifact puzzle now.
True. I don't even need to run any more vaults.
Wow.
I got bronze for days now after that cow vault the other day.
Ooh. Maybe the prices are gonna be equally high though.
How much vault platinum?
A lot.
I got a good question, actually. Can I get my progression saved for single player in between seasons on the official servers? That's something that we can discuss in the dev team. We haven't really thought about that, but an export for admins, an export button, and then everyone gets their player data is quite interesting. You'd have an empty world though, but it's not out of this world that exists.
It's not a start from zero. So
No,
you're like
it's not a start
at
from
least
zero.
at some point, yeah.
And you get your ender chest and you can save some of your progression. I think that's a pretty cool
Maybe.
thing.
So yeah, I mean, we will see how the auction house evolves. Some games had good experience with it. Some games had bad experiences with it. Though I feel confident that we do have items that are actually worth a lot to be actually sold on that auction house. So there is definitely a opportunity to do this.
And remember, the currency, as you know, it may change in terms of how you get it, so that it won't be as, one person shouldn't be allowed to buy everything, or shouldn't be able to buy everything. But we got a pretty good reference frame at the moment, I think. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about things that I see in chat, like, oh, wouldn't this make streamers overpowered, etc. I see a lot of people saying, can we finish the Godcast with the God Vault run, the co-op one? We are not going to do that today. We're going to respect the fact that we have prepared this. Dowski and Hellfire are probably kind of tired right now, but we will give you a date for when that is going to happen. And that date is set to, drum roll please. But I haven't asked Dowski if he's available, but he will have to be.
Probably not going to be available.
Since when do I have a vote and stuff like this? Damn.
Since when do you know about some?
I was going to say I got invited to the Godcast like 2 hours ago. Maybe 4.
You're lucky. HBOM got it even shorter before that.
Yeah, probably.
We are most likely looking at, and I just realized that the date I've written down is a bad date for many reasons. Most likely looking at February 12th. February 12th is when
You moved it.
the Vault Gods will do. It's a Saturday, yeah, because the other one was on a Tuesday. It's kind of cringe.
Okay.
So.
It's your mom's birthday.
Yep, that's my mom's birthday. That's one excuse to not go. Have fun with Hellfire.
Dowski never has time for me.
Oh, that's not true, and you know it.
It's okay, Dowski. I understand.
Okay, let's do some questions from Reddit before we finish it off, because we have a good thread there. We have actually based some of the information around the questions, but let's do some straight up questions, and I'll questionnaire, and and we can answer. And this one is for Dowski. Does the dev team have some kind of fixed weekly meeting, or is it just communicated through Discord and voice calls are made when needed? This is from DBM.
Okay, before you answer that, I gotta dip off.
Okay,
Thank
See
you guys for
later,
having
Ace.
me.
Thank you for being here.
No problem.
Thank you for
hanging
having
out.
me. I'm excited. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
So yeah, to answer that,
What a question.
what a question. Yes, communication, big important thing. We do have some meetings from time to time. Other than that, due to time zones and day jobs and stuff, it is mostly like chats, just in text channels.
Ad
We do have
hoc.
occasional meetings.
Ad hoc is a very
Yeah, it's
good
more ad
thing.
hoc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ad hoc when needed. We do not waste time having a Thursday meeting at 9 because the problem with that in corporations is that most of the time you have nothing to talk about. It's better to just, However, me and Hellfire will have like, okay, let's spend 2 hours this evening just chatting about things. And yeah.
Yeah, that can go very quickly from a 5-minute talk to a 5-hour meeting.
Yeah. Okay, we spoke about the Vault Balls already. We've talked about new members. I feel like we've answered a lot of these things already. So Twitch chat as well. If you have a question that you don't feel is answered, please feel free to ask it, and we'll try and pick it up in chat as well. Let me see. Man, I had such good questions here, but they've all been answered in what we've talked about. Can we please rework Vault bosses from the undead dead it? Make them stronger, Iskal. I think that this is a very common question. I think it's very something that we are definitely aware of. Notice how we are making a lot of other changes to make it more difficult to complete the vault other than the boss fight itself. And the core of that, I want to emphasize, is how bad Minecraft does PvE in general. It is really hard to create an exciting function of PvEing in Minecraft. You can use things like AoE, area of attack damage, chaining, and these sort of things, damage over time. But when it's a single entity, it is extremely difficult to make it to a point where it's fun. It's either too hard or too easy. Therefore, we have like focused on other things. But there are some works behind the scenes that I'm not going to spoil. But I don't feel like just upping the damage or health on a boss necessarily makes it more fun. I also don't feel like, adding, unless we rebuild the AI completely of Minecraft AI, it's hard to do it.
There's definitely a lot of... It comes very down to just Minecraft not being very well suited for this. So it's kind of hard to make a boss fight that is like really engaging or feels like real different every time. But we're trying. We have like some ideas, but yeah.
Yep. Any thoughts on adding pages to catalyst tables to ease the crystal creation? Not really. I don't think the solution for crystals is in adding a block that helps you with it. As I mentioned earlier, we are reworking catalysts and modifiers slightly in the next season. And I think that you won't be asking that question when you see the reworked version. I think that a lot of the reason for that is because there's a lot of fluff at the moment. There's a lot of strong and speedy and all of these things that no one ever picks.
Easy and
trivial.
And simple.
Yeah. There are better ways to attack this problem than saying we need a better block for it. So it's not actually in the pipeline. However, a more creative way of solving it is in the way. Echo Hunters in Season 3. I've seen this question spammed so many times.
Yep.
I think it's probably time we answer it. We are planning to keep the gem balance and to keep the term Echo Hunter. However, it does need a little bit more thought for next season. Thank God that the most active player on the server is an Echo Hunter. Otherwise, we would be struggling. So we'll see how we go at it next season. But we do want to have some sort of gem differentiation. And again, we also have, as I mentioned earlier, a special new role for one member, for Tubbo. He will not be a Vault Hunter next season. He will be something else on the server, and it's really, really exciting. Can we get a new type of skill called magic that will replace ranged weapons in vaults? Hell, if you want to.
Wait, what?
I feel like this is not solving the range thing. This is just saying
This
instead of a
is-
bow, it's a spell. It's kind of the same thing. It's the
Yeah.
same. Yeah. I have a serious question. Where is Hell's IB? Yeah, hell. Look at me and Dowski. Look at us. Where is your
No,
IB, dude?
thanks. I'll pass for today.
Wait, hang on. I think there is
Yeah.
a possibility to
Yeah,
give him
please
one.
fix it.
Nah.
Please fix it.
No. No.
You can give it one to yourself. Come on. You can do it.
Oh.
He could actually theoretically put it on right now, chat. He just chooses not to. Like, he doesn't even need to restart the game.
Your broom doesn't threaten me.
Oh, it better.
I'm not in creative, so I'm not going to mess with you. Oh, man. Let me find another thing. Renium should be put back in the game. Ren was a big part of Vault Hunters for the time he was there. Even if it was for decoration or trolling, it would be cool to Ren to get more attention. We've got 24 signatures in the petition. I love Rendog, and you know, it's sad that he didn't continue with Vault Hunters. I don't think that it's a necessity for the pack, and I think that we are a little bit beyond previous members. I think that you have to think about new people that are associating Vault Hunters with something. I want it to be bigger than a memory that lasted 2 months. I don't think Ren was part of it longer than that. I'd rather pay homage to the people who spent more time, but more importantly, I want to have the new people coming into the game that has no idea what Renium ever would be to have an association with the gems. So that is my answer to that. There are no current plans for it. Pagmanite. I understand what you're saying, and I have nothing against like it, but just like with Ancients, it's hard for new players to associate with the past. Okay. To the whole dev team, is there anything about Season 2 that you would change immediately if you could? Similar to how Iskal mentioned regretting regeneration vampirism talents from Legacy on the last Godcast.
Something if I could. Oof.
We've kind of changed most things that we didn't like.
We actually changed like most
Yeah.
things that we wanted to change and that are reasonable to change.
And if we see
Um,
something, we change it.
Magnetite? Magnets?
Yeah, magnets is probably a little bit. I mean, probably splitting up Botania because that's the like smallest solution to the issue, even though it doesn't really solve the issue. We have a lot of plans. Like the things that we basically can't change right now are more or less things that we are planning to do for Season 3.
Yeah.
So a lot of things around gear, a lot of things around crystals and catalysts. So all of that is just basically currently being refined for Season 3, and it's not like something that is sitting on the table for current season.
Yep.
I
think
would probably say catch some more cheeses before most people find out. That's all.
Yeah, but that's not a feature in the game. Yeah, but I agree. Like, people will always find cheesing thing.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a way to support the project or the dev team from a non-monetary perspective? I'm sure many people, including myself, love what you do, what you and the team have created, but I don't have the disposable income to support directly. Look, being here, hanging out, playing the pack, all of these things are super supportive to us. And we are just so excited to have a community around Vault Hunters that we hope to keep growing. And I don't want anyone ever to stress about the monetary situation. That's for me to stress about as the Lord. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
if you hang out with the streamers in their chat, that's already a
Yeah.
lot of support.
Yeah.
So
You're supporting the entire project by itself.
Exactly.
yeah, and just seeing like money isn't a driver for us. I think I speak for all of us. Money isn't a driver here, chat. We are doing a really cool thing that we love doing, and having you guys supporting it by just being here is so exciting and so insanely big. So thank you so much for that. There was a question, Hel, that you pointed out yesterday that I'm trying to find.
Oh wow, I pointed out quite a few questions.
Yeah, one of the big, like the second one you pointed out.
That was the weekly meeting. There was one question about the fact that vault crystals are now so much more than they were in Vault Hunter's Legacy. That they are now just completely different, and just all modifiers and things are just so different than it was in Vault Hunter's Legacy. So if we felt like there's other things that need or would profit from such a expansion on their mechanics and such. And to that, I feel we have already expanded on so many other things. I mean, Eternals have gotten a few additions to them. So you have to maintain them, for example, now. You have to gear them. You have to level them up manually. You can spec into points to have like a nice aura around them or things they do. Gear itself is much more than it was in Vault Hunter's Legacy. So that definitely has seen a huge increase in depth and complexity. We have just the vault generation in general, like modifiers that influence the vault generation and aspects in it. We have now the runes, so you can add a mine room, you can add a dig site to your vault, and it will be there. Or vaults where the vault just generates completely differently, like architect vaults where it generates on demand, more or less. The ancient vault where it, generates without tunnels and just a much denser vault. Or just the different vault shapes. It's not always just a diamond anymore. It's a circle. It still can be a diamond. Circle is
We've
something
improved
that we
most
might
things. Yeah.
look. So we have expanded on a lot of things that are just now in a much better state, I feel.
Absolutely. I like this question a lot because it made me and Hellfire say immediately after we said yes.
Oh, now I see what you mean.
No,
okay.
I don't know if this is the one, but Error the Duck asks, have you ever considered daily/weekly style quests? Example, killing 1,000 skeletons in vaults, complete 3 scav and 3 buffs. These could be tied into question 1. The question 1 was, are there any plans to introduce alternative ways to level beyond level 100, apart from burgers and stews? This is a great idea, Error the Duck, if you're here today. Oh, and you are here.
He is. But they are here, yeah.
We hadn't considered daily quests, but we are considering them now. And I would like to say as much as this is definitely a thing that we want to do for next season. Make little mini objectives or quests, as you call them, that you can do. And that makes you come back and play more and get some reward for it. So I think this is a fantastic idea. And this is an example of how do you support us without it being monetary. Well, this is a great example. Just be here, give us suggestions, give us your thoughts, chat on Reddit, chat in the Vault Hunters Discord, all of these things. So, Error the Duck, fantastic idea, dude. Fantastic idea. Wasn't there a quest event idea once? Yeah, we're still thinking about that. However, time is a bit short, but that wasn't at all the same. That was outside the vaults. This is a thing built in for the public pack where you can do quests. You get presented with, kill 1,000 skeletons. That's a really good idea example. And I like it a lot. We are getting quite a few questions about God's favor reset somehow with like a really rare item or whatever. Hell, what are your thoughts about that? Because we have discussed it a few times.
We have talked about the whole favor situation, and I do feel like favors are a commitment. So you're working up to get a lot of positive favor on One Vault God. You're getting the benefits from it. So I'm not yet really sure if I would. This is something we need to talk about a little bit more.
Yeah, we need to talk about it.
From the just right now, I mean, you already have a lot of options to then lower the one that you want, or like increase the one that has gone too low. Again, with now looking at walkout favors, like adjusting their benefits and negatives, we might look into making it more easy to lower or increase the amount, like the favor you want. But completely just resetting, I am currently not sure.
Yeah, no, it's a difficult question, mostly because of the balance and stuff like that. Like, what stops you from going all in on one for a specific vault run, resetting it, and then just never being punished for the bonuses you got? Like, where's the payment of all the bonuses you got?
A cost,
Yeah.
supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. First of all, thanks for this amazing mod pack and all the hard work devs have put into making it to what it is now. Coming to the questions, I have got a few. This is from Scream. We have answered the God Shard one that he has, but I like the second one. Can you tell us about some interesting ideas someone from the dev team has come up with, but cannot implement because of balancing or any other reasons while brainstorming? And this leads on to the question that I tried to remember. Hell. What is the most ridiculous thing that Iskal has asked you to implement and you've said no to?
Oh wow.
There's a couple.
Yeah. There's a lot of things I said no to.
Yes.
I think you even said it on stream. It's like I just have all these ideas. It's just always a no.
There's always a no. It's,
like, I think I'm talking to Jardun. It's like, always a no. What do you mean?
it's very funny for me because Hellfire definitely has grown into one of my best friends that I have online at the moment, and over the past year, which I'm very, very grateful for. And I've learned that Hellfire will have days where he won't tell you that he is stressed, but he is stressed. And if I come with a suggestion on that day, it can be the best suggestion ever.
It will not go
and,
through.
and he will just go, no. And the standard answer from Hellfire, and this is not from a pessimistic person. This is a person who's very, very good at seeing the helicopter perspective and balancing. The standard question is, I will have to have a think about this. and I never ever get a yes, because if it's ever a yes, it just gets implemented, and then it's just in the patch notes when I read it live on stream. It's like, oh, so we actually got this.
We actually have this feature. Let's go. Oh, okay. Well, how did that end up?
Yeah, what happened? But it's really good.
There's been quite a few things.
Yeah, I remember one thing that I'm glad we didn't implement, which was kind of like a create reach system.
Yeah.
Where
Yeah, so kind of like the extender arm a little bit.
But with weapons, right?
Yeah, but yeah. So you could basically get a modifier that would increase your weapon reach. But that was never added, because no.
Just no.
That's also one good reasoning. It's like, why does this not exist? Because no.
Megalith asks, will Season 3 start in vanilla area again? Because I love modded lands. That is not decided yet. The problem with modded lands is that it's extremely difficult to balance ore generation and stuff like that. And it's sometimes looks a bit dirty. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's something that we have to think about. A great question, though. Great question.
I mean, I think there was, going back to the other question, I think there was like a couple things with Eternals very early on, where we thought about like redoing Eternals, and it was something different than the idea than we have now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was into classes or stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there was like this whole thing about like, hey, you can kind of like scale them into classes and things.
Will the server have a new list of player, or will you be able to stay on the server with the same people of Season 2? That is a great question. Thank you for the 100 bits. You didn't have to do that. I'm trying to read in chat, but thank you. We are going to try and respect people playing with friends. We do not want to be that weird classroom in first grade where, you have one friend in the class. He's called Mike. And you're like so excited to sit next to Mike because it's your comfort zone. But instead they place you next to Julia. and you've never spoken with Julia, but now you have to sit next to Julia. Mike, however, is on the other side of the classroom chatting away with Benny, who you don't know, and now you're losing your friend because he's talking to Benny. And on the recess, you can't speak with Mike because he's found this cool Benny and he hates you now. He doesn't want to be with you. Doesn't want to be with you anymore. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to try and make it so that when a season resets, if someone signs up for the next season, we are going to place them, unless they want to move with people that they have played with before, so that they feel, they can continue to play with their friends. Iskall UK traumatized.
Seki said, is that how Iskall feels when Hellfire and Dowski are talking in the voice chat without him?
Yes. Mystery boxes and mod boxes. Are there any thoughts on tweaking the mystery box loot table at all? And for mod boxes, is there any thought on changing some of the loot around? I know it's a little annoying for some to get chairs and stuff like that.
Wait, you would not want trampolines?
I think they are balanced out perfectly. I think that if you go into more decoration mods, making it cheaper for you to unlock mods, then every mod box is not going to be great anymore. I think that's. No, I'm just saying no
Can
to
we
that.
remove the player heads from the Pentaverse for the love of God?
Yeah, that may happen in the next patch actually.
Might
Because it
actually
lags
happen.
out.
Yeah.
It lags out the client.
Oh, next Godcast on a trampoline. I think we had like good architectural decisions with this one.
With a hot tub.
It is a high temperature recreational water container.
Sorry.
Yes.
What do you mean?
What do you mean hot tub? We are not familiar with this. Also, it is a banned word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. The pool.
I don't know what the word means.
Well, I have it in the title, so I may get banned after this stream.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it was a good run, guys.
Yep.
See you on the next channel.
Can we get a fix for mod boxes? If you unlocked ice spawners, you can get spawner eggs, but we are swimming in eggs from vaults. This is Dowski's table. I think that it's still
Okay.
a reasonable reward. I think the reason you're swimming in vault eggs, in mystery eggs, Megalith, is because the spawners in the current version are not good enough. They will become better on Sunday. So let's see how it turns out after Sunday, because actually ice spawners becomes a little bit better. That mod becomes a little bit better. We've done some updates to it. So hopefully mob farming will be made easier and more fun. Hopefully. We'll see.
Will co-op crystals be easier to get?
I think we're probably going to skip the idea of having co-op and normal crystals next season. Right?
Maybe.
I think it will just be one crystal.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, not differentiating between them.
That's like one of the things, like originally this needed to be two different things, just due to the way the back end of the vault generation and the handling worked. But this is like one of the things that has gotten better over time, so can maybe just make every crystal potentially just be ran in with multiple people.
Yeah. I think that's a better solution. It's more clean. So that any crystal can be a co-op crystal, as in you can run any crystal you get with friends. No,
Wait,
we're not
no
saying no more co-op. What do you mean? We're saying more co-op.
Everything is co-op.
Last question of today is from Duck. I've seen this a few times. Will mechanism be updated on Sunday? If everything in the testing world goes well, it will be. We have installed it in this world, not in the world I'm in, but in a copy of this world, in a ghost world. And this man here, the janitor, it's his job to make sure that it works and doesn't crash. Well done, dude. Well done.
Yep. Working on it. Hoping all goes well so that we can include it on Sunday.
Yep. A bunch of other mods will get updates too, but it's all down to testing and making sure that it doesn't crash anything. Co-op raffle crystals wouldn't be a thing then. It wouldn't be a thing then, no. It wouldn't be a thing. Angry Dad has asked all day today, so I will ask one more question. Can we get a catalyst for cow vaults? No. That would defeat the purpose.
This is like actually one thing that I was really upset with. I am not happy with the fact that cow vaults can be forced the way they are. And And I am still unhappy about this.
He's also still upset about the totem change that I did.
Yeah,
Idol change.
that is something I am also still upset about.
Oh,
I
yeah,
will not forgive
totally.
you that one.
Nope, the community did not like that.
What do you mean the community did not like that? What do you mean? That is not true. That is simply not true. That is a very assumed version of the community. What do you
No,
mean?
I had like at least 3 people reach out to me.
Three
Like,
people!
that's a
Three
3 people is a
people!
community.
Wow. Wow.
Hellfire can confirm.
Well, if we are talking about majorities here, then I guess Hellfire, you can go and code my mystery seal. Because, you know, my majority.
What do you mean?
Oh my god. Can we get dev credits on the website? That's actually a very good idea. One last question actually that I wanted to answer was, will the guide ever be expanded on the webpage? Yes. 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 We just haven't
It will
got to
be
it
a
yet.
guide. And an actual proper guide.
Damseki has done a fantastic work with getting a lot of guide things out, but we need to Tubbo. We're in a Tubbo. We need to make sure that we expand and make sure to make it accurate towards the current version. So yes, that is on the agenda. Okay, well, that's it for today, chat. Dowski, Hellfire, are we happy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Season 3. Tubbo will have a special role next season. He will not be a Vault Hunter. He will be part of Season 3. Absolutely part of Season 3. Auction house. Cross-server trading. Sell items to the streamers. Buy items from the streamers. And yeah, big boy patch coming on Sunday.
Yeah.
People are asking to not tell Tubbo the player list for season 3 so he can't spoil anything.
It's
Might be a smart idea, but who knows?
I mean, it's
Maybe that was all planned.
probably a fair assessment.
We shall see. We shall see. Don't tell Tubbo anything about Season 3. Please bring me to you.
Do we want him here? Oh, okay, yeah.
Of course.
What a question.
Welcome.
Ah, yes, the toad.
I love Tubbo, man, but he doesn't know much other than what you guys know.
Wait.
Hi guys.
Yeah.
Hello, Tubbo.
What you've got
Hello.
there?
Do you want one of these?
Okay.
What do you
What
mean?
are one of these?
Oh, yeah, Hellfire has it. Ah, his class is magnet
Oh,
on.
I don't have a magnet.
No, Iskal has his magnet on.
I stole Pete's jetpack.
Did you?
Nice.
Yeah. By accident though, so I'm not.
So you
that
nerfed Pete. Great.
We
We've
have-
been trying that for months.
We have in this podcast, Tubbo, announced that you will be back for Season 3
Ah, that's exciting.
in mid-April.
When's that?
In mid-April. 15th of April.
At least I'm not the one to link it. Leak
No,
it.
no,
I was trying to keep that secret for so long.
Yeah, I mean, it's been 2 days since I let you know.
I know. I almost actually said it yesterday as well when I was on the server. I'm like, who's hyped for season 3 on April? And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh no.
So, yeah,
But I have
it
also
happens.
announced that you will not be a normal Vault Hunter. You will be doing
I
something
know. I'm
very
gonna be
different.
a quirky boy.
Don't tell them what, though. I haven't said what.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult.
I doubt if you want a broom, it is right here.
Oh, thank you. What's it do?
It is a broom.
You can make your weapon look like it.
Oh, how?
I don't think you can, Dusky.
You sure?
Yeah.
You tried it?
No, but I don't think you can.
I'm not sure if it's in this patch or in the next patch. But yeah, whoever finds that will be able to transmogrify their, I think, sword to it.
Yeah, sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't work right now. Okay, that's more than I knew.
Ah!
More than I knew. Pete casually just made a new jetpack. That's funny. Tubbo steals
To be
it.
fair,
Doesn't
I made
care.
a machine get a lot of cobblestone. I've updated my cobblestone empire.
Oh, we know about that machine, yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
No, we don't know about
No,
the updated one.
it's been fine.
Oh, okay.
Ever since.
Oh, thank God.
True.
Thank God. Thank God.
Tubbo is the funniest person when he crashes the server. He writes in all caps like a keyboard warrior in the Vault Hunters Discord. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
He's real nice about it.
It happens sometimes. I mean, it's never on purpose. So how's the podcast work? How are you casting?
It's just on my Twitch channel. We're just about to. I just rolled the end credits, and we were about to end just as you came here, and now we're sitting here talking to you. As the
Oh, does that mean
finale.
everyone's about to leave? What the heck?
Probably.
I've noticed the pattern with this server, okay? As soon as I get on, everyone's like, yeah, I've got stuff to
Oh.
do now. And I'm like, what the heck?
I'm sorry, Tubbo. I don't mean to be like that. But I have been going at this now for like 9 hours today, so you gotta wake up earlier, dude.
Yeah, I woke up at 9 p.m. today. I'm winning.
That's crazy. It's like 1 hour ago. I did speak about you today in my stream though. I said I was so jealous because Sparklez, Jardoon, H-Bomb, and Pete was running a vault, and you were just hanging out chatting, and I was like, I'm not awake at the time the boys are up. So
Yeah, you need to stay up, wake up later, boss man.
yeah, I do. That is true.
It's the prime time.
That's true. This is very true.
I reckon you could do it if you believe.
Yeah, I'll try one day. Are you trying to beat 85 million cobble that Pete has? Is that the goal?
Well, okay, so the original plan was, but then I realized, hold my horses. I've got a better plan.
Okay.
Oh.
So then I figured out I can compress the cobblestone infinitely. Okay.
Yes.
So I'm going to compress the cobblestone forever, and then I'm going to uncompress it instantly on top of his base and drop a lot of cobblestone on top of it.
Oh.
It's my master plan.
That is gonna crash the server, and we're gonna delete.
Yeah, then I'm just
all
gonna
the
have to
entities.
restart it.
Yep.
Oh.
Use the cobblestone that I once loved against him. How many million do you reckon I need to be effective, Vault Gods?
Not so
Not that
many.
much, yeah. Minecraft's pretty bad with entity
Yeah.
stacks.
It's
Like
just
you
so
didn't
damn
even need like
exciting.
1 million, right?
No, I don't think 1 million is even needed.
Oh,
I think you did it with
so
like
I can do it 3 times
130,000 last
over.
time.
So I can do. This man gets
You're
excited
gonna make a lot of friends
about
here.
crashing the server. Like,
Yeah, but to be fair, it's only exciting when no one else is online but Pete.
and it's 4 a.m. so no one can restart the server, and his stream just crashes.
Dowski, there is water underneath you in a barrel.
Where?
Should you want to offer
Oh
some
yeah, yeah,
drink?
yeah. Would you like some?
Oh man.
So,
I
Yeah.
actually like Tubbo
Can I-
because
can
he
I-
finds
oh,
cheeses that I need to fix.
like, I've got a mod suggestion if it would be at all possible for Vault Hunters Season 3.
Okay.
I'll go on with it.
I really, really like, I think it's called Extra Utilities too.
Oh,
That's not out for 116.
no.
They,
Wait,
they...
what's wrong with
No,
Extra
no,
Utilities?
no,
Why
no,
no? Why no?
Hellfire says no to everything, so don't worry.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Hellfire's
no,
first.
I think it's
first
a very
reaction
fun
is a
mod.
no.
I just like the cursed earth.
Yeah, but it's there is cursed earth in this pack with Industrial 4 going.
Oh yeah, but Industrial 4 going's a bit OP.
It is, yeah. It's very OP. I can answer the question by saying that I don't think that RW10 has updated that mod in 2 years. It's not for 116.
What?
Yeah, he stopped the
Can we
project.
get
Probably not.
ICBM?
I think the same there. That was like
It's
1.7.
even older.
That's 164.
Yeah,
or
there you go.
147.
There you go. You want your rocket launchers?
Yeah, but they made a port for it, which is quite cool.
But I don't want cars and stuff, dude. And
It's not
bazookas.
cars. It's just missiles.
You have rocket arrows.
Just
Yeah,
missiles.
Okay, but hear me out. I can't launch 100 of the rocket arrows at once in a set direction
That
to
is,
converge on one point.
I mean, auto clicker.
If you believe strong enough.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I did use 52,000 XP bottles yesterday.
How about we make?
Why?
How about we make for next season a Tubbo bazooka that is extremely endgame? It will cost you 50 million cobblestone and other things to make.
I will get it. I will get that much cobblestone.
That can be
you
your
say no.
goal. That can be
I'm
your
trying
goal.
to think of other really cool mods that I've not had the chance to play with for a while. So Extra Utilities 2 was one, but if that's not updated. Damn,
That
why
is
am
the
I
last
so
one,
boomer
yeah.
when it comes to mods,
Yeah,
man?
you're a
What?
mod boomer, dude. You're like
I
living in
actually am, though.
2014 still.
I know, it's because I first played modded Minecraft in 1.4.7 with FTB Ultimate, and that was my first mod pack, and I played it for like 2 years. Then I updated to 1.5.2 with Big Dig on Tekkit, then 1.6.4 with Attack of the B Team. So that's as far as I got.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, there's some good mod packs there. Attack of the B
That's-
Team was
yeah.
really good.
Attack of the B Team was fun, man.
Yeah, that was really great.
The only problem is, though, the dinosaurs. Like, they were my favorite part, and they were so damn laggy. Oh my god, can we get the dinosaurs?
They were so damn laggy. Let's put them in our pack where we have.
No,
Tubbo
but there
already.
might be a new version now. What was it? It was called like Fossils and Archaeology.
We'll look into this. We'll look into all of these things. We'll,
Trying to think. Now I finally have the attention of the people in charge. My demands arise.
we shall
That is
see.
also not updated.
That's
Okay.
already checked.
Oh, man. Thank you. Okay, I'm trying to think what else there is. Oh, God. What other cool mods were there? What's the mod that adds the Deep Dark? The Deep Dark's awesome.
Extra utilities.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
We do have our own dimension, the vault.
Hey, have you
Yeah,
heard
have
of
you
that?
tried it?
I don't operate that way.
Fair.
Fair enough.
Okay, wait, what
If you
other cool
walk
mods
into
were there?
this thing called Void Liquid, it's basically the Deep Dark. It'll kill you if you stand
I think
in it
at this point I can say we have concluded with the podcast.
Yeah. We are just taking Tubbo suggestions on mods. All of them stopped updating 4 years ago. They're collecting dust on CurseForge.
Oh,
No, but they're so hype. Yo, for the next season of Vault Hunters, can we be in Minecraft 1.6.4? I would literally beat everyone. Like, hands down. There'll be no competition.
Oof.
We are, aren't we?
No, we're in 1.16.
Oh, 164. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
but
okay.
no.
Okay.
I will.
So instead
Trust
of
me.
118, we would go down.
Trust me, Tubbo. With the plans that we have for you, you're gonna have a good time.
Okay.
You're gonna be able to achieve world domination. Don't you worry.
Excellent.
Don't you worry. Astro Sorcery is another big suggestion. I mean,
Oh, what about
It
Ars
is
Magica?
so-
Ars Magica 2
so
was
overpowered.
awesome.
yeah, same thing there. Like these mods introduces things that we already have some of, and also ranged weapons and stuff like that. It's yeah.
Chat is going. Iskel is Tubbo's Hellfire. He just says no.
I'm
Ars
trying to
Magica
not say no.
stopped being developed in 110. I think they have
Wait,
a
Ars
different
Magica
name though.
stopped in 110?
I think they have a different name now though.
Yeah, there was a port to 112, but it wasn't great. Like it didn't have the spell creation thing.
No, guys.
Tubbo,
Mars
call me
Wolvo
on
or
Monday
something
when you
Yeah,
browse
I
through
think
and you back to 116.
All right. Oh, God.
I think Ars
Bombcraft?
Novo
Oh, no.
is a newer kind of mod in that direction.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm gonna end the podcast now. I'm gonna end the podcast now before he mentions the 116 mod that I don't want, but I
Okay.
can't say that it's not earlier.
What about Mine Factory Reloaded?
That is Industrial
That's so
Foreground.
old.
I know. I'm old.
No, you're not. You're the youngest here.
I'm gonna say goodbye now. Thank you everyone for watching the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're excited about. Tubbo doesn't even know the auction house.
What's the auction house?
You will be able to
Oh,
sell
no.
things from the server to viewers next season. They can buy it in their
That's
world,
funny.
and you can also buy from them, so they can boost you.
Oh my God. What if I get them to put it on at real low prices?
I mean, yeah. Someone else may snag it first.
Bye.
All right. Thank you so much, chat. Thank you for all the support. Look, you just being here is amazing. You guys are great. We'll see you guys when we see you on whenever
7-0
Sunday.
chat. 7-0.
7-0. Bye bye.
Bye.